Good morning, everyone. I am Miss Jennifer Pinlac, and I will be presenting one best practice of SLC teachers of Baguio City National High School, entitled Audience Response System Optimizing Learners' Engagement. A face to face survey was conducted on students' and teachers' preferences for immediate feedback when utilizing ARS versus the traditional teaching techniques. The graph shows that in a traditional teaching techniques, both teachers and students believe that not all students can give their feedback during class discussion, while both agreed that in an ARS, 98% can give their immediate feedback and can contribute to the class discussions. It means that students and teachers prefer the use of ARS in the teaching and learning process rather than the usual traditional teaching techniques as to the immediate feedback or response during class discussions. What is an audience response system? Audience response system is a technology that allows audiences to participate in presentations, lectures, or events by responding to questions or polls using electronic devices like clickers, smartphones, or tablets. ARS enables real time feedback and even interaction, making it useful for engaging audiences, gathering data, and even enhancing their learning experiences. Here are some of the ARS softwares being used by SLC teachers of Baguio City National High School. We have the ClassPoint, Peer Deck, Participy, WordWall, Nearpad, and Quizzes. For our most used ARS, we have ClassPoint. ClassPoint is a comprehensive tool for engaging students that works seamlessly with PowerPoint. It enables teachers to deliver the lesson's content more effectively without having to open and close numerous apps. Here's a quick video to show how it works.
Welcome to ClassPoint. I'm Sarah, and today I'm thrilled to give you a warm welcome to the world of all-in-one teaching for PowerPoint. In this video, I will introduce you to everything you can achieve in PowerPoint when you're using ClassPoint. ClassPoint can enhance your presentations in three main ways, with added presentation tools, interactive quiz questions, and a gamified reward system. You now have easy access to everyday teaching tools from the ClassPoint toolbar in presentation mode. You can use writing tools to add notes right on your slides, and when you run out of space, elaborate on concepts with an added whiteboard slide. More tools include the ability to drag objects around your slide to engage your audience, and use tools like a timer and a random name picker to help manage in-person activities. And lastly, you can even use an embedded browser to search the web. All of this without ever leaving PowerPoint. Continue to further engage your audience by turning your slides into interactive quiz questions. Easily add an interactive button to any slide, then during your presentation, get live responses from every participant. Use these questions for fun understanding checks, gathering feedback, practicing learning in engaging ways, and even conducting formative assessments with the auto-grading quiz mode. With 8 different types of questions, ClassPoint activities can be used in endless ways to engage your participants.
Here are screenshots of class points being used by teachers. We can see that ClassPoint has a leaderboard which motivates students to participate actively so they could be at the top of the leaderboard, which is mostly present in the ARS included in the presentation. Second ARS is Peer Deck. Peer Deck is a Google Slides add-on designed to assist teachers in creating or editing presentations directly from their Google account. Here is a screenshot of our English teacher using Peer Deck during the online class. Third ARS is Participy. Participy is an interactive teaching technique such as polls, quizzes, question and answer to engage students in person, online, or through hybrid learning. Here, Participy is being used by our TLE teacher in students' performance tasks. Our fourth ARS is WordWall. WordWall is a free online resource for developing educational activities. With it, teachers can input the lesson they want to teach in class into the WordWall and get a range of pre-made, completely customized exercises like word games, maze chases, quizzes, and many more.
Are you looking for an engaging way for your students to practice vocabulary words? One that's free and allows students to join with just a link and no additional logins, and one that keeps a leaderboard so there's motivation to do better? If that's the case, then I'd recommend checking out WordWall. It's a fun way for teachers to create engaging activities for your students that allows opportunities for them to practice some of the skills and some of the vocabulary in your classes. Let's take a look at how it works. The website is wordwall.net, and you basically start by picking a template and customizing it. So let's start by logging in. So once you log in, let's get started by creating an activity. Here, you'll notice that you have lots of different templates for activities that you can choose from. Now I have this activity where I want to quiz students on these vocabulary terms, so I'm going to choose this option that says matchup. From here, I'm just going to copy and paste my definitions and keywords into these fields. So I just finished my 10 terms and I'm going to select the Done button. And WordWall has provided a number of different templates that I can choose from. You can see these templates in the space on the right, and you can choose your template until you find one that you like.
Here is a screenshot of WordWall being used by science teacher. It shows that the leaderboard can be customized depending on the number of students. You can also filter out duplicate names and set to remove the leaderboard after a set of time. For our fifth ARS, we have the Nearpad. Nearpad helps teachers make their lessons more interactive. It's a straightforward concept. Interactive presentations, including polls, collaborative boards, videos, quizzes.
Introducing Nearpod. With Nearpod, you can make every lesson interactive. Launch lessons your students can't wait to join. With interactive slides, interactive video, gamification, and activities. As the teacher, you always know where your students are with Nearpod's formative assessments, including polls, open-ended questions, and more. Get started with what you already have. Add the power of Nearpod to your existing PowerPoints, worksheets, videos, Google Slides, and other curriculum resources you love. Create active video experiences to check for understanding with built-in interactive questions. Increase engagement with gamification and activities, including time to climb, draw it, drag and drop, and more. Get started even faster with our library of pre-made standard-aligned lessons, videos, and activities built in partnership with some of your favorite educational brands. Use them as is or customize to meet the unique needs of your students. Once you're ready to launch your lesson, choose the teaching mode that works best for your settings. However you teach, it's in Nearpod. Learn more and get started for free at nearpod.com.
Here is a screenshot of Nearpad showing the different activities done in student pace mode. Student pace mode enables to learn the topics in their own pace. And lastly, we have quizzes. Quizzes is an educational platform that provides various tools to enhance student engagement and enjoyment in the classroom. Among the many things available to teachers are gamified quizzes and lessons, formative evaluations, live activities or homework assignments, access to comprehensive performance reports, and much more. Here is a short video on how quizzes can help teachers in their online interactive classes.
Quizzes helps teachers save time. Here's how it works. First, create a new quiz, or mix and match millions of teacher-created questions. Next, students play at their own pace, in class or at home. Every learner competes to improve, and retakes are a cinch. While students play, Quizzes handles the grading. Instantly, you see what each student has mastered, know where they can improve, and share their progress with tools like Google Classroom. Find a quiz now. It's free.
Here is a screenshot of quizzes being used by AP and English teacher in monitoring their students' progress. What are the parameters in using ARS? First is accessibility, then class size and limit, and lastly, does it have student-based learning? For class point in accessibility, it is already integrated in PowerPoint. You can make interactive quizzes or activities in an offline mode, but during presentation, online mode is required. For its class size and limit, the basic account can only accommodate 25 participants and only 5 questions are allowed. But if you will upgrade to Pro account, you can have 200 participants with unlimited questions. Does it have student-based learning? No. Teachers need to present their slide in order for students to answer and has no student-based mode. For Peer Deck, in terms of accessibility, it has no limits on the number of participants and presentations can be directly developed from within the teacher's Google account. Students can join any presentation. They can work independently through the slides at their own pace on their own time. For Participy, it is a free online and offline tool. The same as Peer Deck, it has no limit on the number of participants. For students do not need account to access and can learn at their own pace. When using WordWall, it is also a free online tool. However, each person or each teacher is only allowed to use 5 resources on the basic account. To continue creating additional content, teachers need to upgrade to a paid account. While students are not required to have an account, they still need a teacher to host a session and does not allow student-based learning. In Nearpad is a free online tool with a class size and limit of a maximum number of participants, which is 250. It can launch multiple versions of lesson with different student-based codes and allow each student to independently work on their Nearpad lesson while teachers facilitate, host student conferences, or work in small groups. Lastly, Quizzes is a free online tool, but its basic account is only 100 participants. Going Quizzes Super can accommodate 1,000 participants. Whether you are using basic account or Quizzes Super, students do not need accounts to access and can learn at their own pace. So what are the impacts of ARS? We took 4 key points such as participation, data-driven result, digital literacy, and lastly, feedback. For impacts for participation for teachers, teachers believe that it encourages participation from all students and keeps students interested in learning and attentive by breaking up the monotony of regular lectures. While for students, it encourages involvement from all students, even those who would be reluctant to speak up in traditional classroom settings. For data driven results for teachers, it provides useful details about the comprehension levels of students. It also serves as a tool to measure student understanding throughout the lesson or quarter. While for students, it helps students to monitor their progress and identify lessons that require further study and mastery for them. As to its impact for digital literacy, for teachers, it helps teachers to be more comfortable with the technology. While for students, it helps develop students' digital literacy and technological skills. As to impact for feedback, teachers believe that ARS gives a teacher the ability to quickly assess a student's understanding of the lesson and adjust the instruction. While for student, immediate feedback from ARS helps students to do self-evaluation and reflection on their responses. Here are some of the feedback on the benefits of audience response system. Ricky Tiano said she enjoyed the activities. For Alexa, it helped her to be more competitive. For Renzel, it benefits her not to be scared in answering through the online response. While Langpawan said or state that it made the discussion easy to understand. Now, you have heard all about ARS. Here are the strategies for escalating or sustaining the use of ARS in the classroom. First is the need for teachers training. Second is the need for teacher support and access to resources. And lastly, the continuous evaluation and feedback. For teachers training, there is a need to provide workshops or training sessions to acquaint teachers with the best practices in ARS technology, updated features, and ongoing development. There is also a need to assist teachers in finding ways to integrate ARS into interactive lectures, tests, polls, and conversations that are in line with curriculum goals and formative assessment. And lastly, to conduct a demonstration to showcase the potentials of ARS in the classroom by modeling its efficiency. While for teacher support and access to resources, number one, there is a need to provide internet connectivity for teachers to have software updates, which will ultimately increase the amount of active participation from the students. Second, there is a need to provide full access to some apps for the teacher to easily include activities that will encourage active learning and participation of students during lecture discussions, formative assessments, and other instructional strategies. And lastly, regarding evaluation and feedback, there is a need to collaborate with other teachers in the division and share ARS integration experiences, promoting learning and knowledge exchange to strengthen the use of ARS. And lastly, there is a need to gather feedback to determine areas that need to improve in the implementation strategies of using ARS. With this, thank you for listening. We are the Baguio City National High School SLC teachers.